Idaho bike building mafia.
You could eat off of this engine. What in the heck is this thing?
Underwater basket weave.
They look pretty cool. It's more bangers than we know what to do with.
Keeping it vintage with this one, man.
It's been a while since someone sung Barney to me.
Electric start.
That's right.
I want to know where this is going.
Over 20 grand, I'm sure, by the time they're all done.
That's a fun fact.
We're small but mighty.
That cone pipe's $1,000.
Purple bling.
Don't ask for permission.
Might get a little weird in the desert.
Tilly actually worked at LBZ.
I think this is my era right here.
2002 Yamaha YZ250 two-stroke.
No way!
And if you ain't banging, you ain't hanging. Good afternoon, welcome back to the vlog. It's vlog 24. Today's a special day. We have got a plethora of beautiful bikes. Look behind me here. Yamaha, a Suzuki, and another Suzuki. This one looks kind of like Ricky Carmichael's bike. But we have two bad builders over here watching me film. And then we have a YZ125 out there. Boys, can you let's start with you, Charles, and then I'll get to you, and we'll walk through a couple of these.
Start with the motor mount. Yeah, go ahead.
Charles, show me what is going on. What are all these bikes over
for
here?
sure. Right here, 06 RM250. This was MXrevival's most recent giveaway bike. It's all done. The raffle's already closed. You guys killed it.
Wait. Before you go anywhere, what in the heck is this thing? Suzuki didn't have that.
It's yellow, baby.
Electric start.
That's right.
On an RM250.
You got it. Yeah, thank you to Sebastian at Panthera for that.
And what is this one here?
This is a 02 YZ250. Customer build, not a giveaway. Full triple S suspension swap off one of the newer models. Just a lot of other trick little things. Pretty straightforward as far as the engine goes. A basic rebuild, OEM, nothing crazy inside, but should be reliable for him if he actually rides it. Other than that, you know, my friends at Decal just hit it real hard with one of their vintage series kits. Made some special little decals for all the Lightspeed logos, just things like that. Purple wheels from W, obviously. Brandon killed it on the purple fork tubes.
And then what do we got here? This looks like almost the last bike Ricky rode.
Wouldn't it be cool if I could have got some works parts for this thing?
No kidding.
Yeah, this is another 06 RM250 for another awesome customer. And yeah, I'm just really honored to be able to do this for people. I can't believe this is what my life is shaped up to be. So
how many man hours between these three would you put a guesstimate on?
Let's just call them 100 hours a piece. So maybe a little bit less, like for example, Jimmy Hasker did the engine on this one, and so that probably shaved anywhere from 12 to 20 hours probably off the job. But I would say they're anywhere from 80 to 110 hours a pop usually from the ground up, you know, with all your friends that help out, things that get subbed like suspension, what have you.
And not only are these bikes beautiful and could easily, you could easily eat a plate of spaghetti off them, you know, they're that clean, but they're also ready to ride if you wanted to.
Yeah, so if our guys are ready and brave enough to ride them, in fact, Dan, the owner of the RC4 Tribute, he bought another 06 so he could beat on it and keep this clean. If he decides to ride it, of course, that's great too. At one point, he said he wanted Carson to ride it. So, I mean, that'll put it through its paces. Dude can ride a John Deere if he wanted, you know? So, Robert's bike, same thing. I think he actually purchased a new KX450 on his way down to receive this this week, so that he didn't have to ride it. Yeah, maybe he'll get a little tingle when he sees it and want to rip it, so just depends. But whatever they choose is whatever they choose, and I'm just grateful to be able to do it. Quite the opportunity.
I'll have to get these things all together in the light and get a photo.
Okay.
All right, so we got YZ125 MX Skill Shack. It's like Shake Shack. Have you ever heard of those in Florida?
No. Yeah,
you've been to Florida, I know.
Florida, yeah.
Is that like a topless milkshake place?
No.
I wish it was. What is MX Skill Shack?
It's our joint company.
Yeah.
Where we try to teach people how to do all sorts of things dirt bike related. Rebuild an engine or build a complete custom dirt bike.
Oh, I love that.
Exactly. Yeah, we take roached pieces of crap and then use them as a training tool to show people on YouTube whatever subset we might be tearing apart and fixing, so very granular. And then when we're done with them, we don't need them, so we just give them away.
Yeah, it's pretty cool for people. Like, you guys aren't hiding secrets or anything. You're actually sharing some of your knowledge of wrenching on bikes with people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how the world works nowadays. You know, you
try to
get
get it out
value up front. So what better in a short lifetime than to make somebody better, you know?
Try to pass it on.
And so, speaking of bike knowledge, this bike, what year? 02? 97.
Yeah, old girl.
old. It was,
97, walk me through it a little bit and tell me what you put on this bad boy.
Yeah, you're up. Yeah.
Well, we went through the entire bike. I know people have seen the pictures of this thing originally, and I think it was in an issue of Dirtbike magazine.
Yeah, I brought it down previously in its roach condition. It was living under ivy with rats for about 6 years until he shot it. So those photos will come out probably when you guys publish this.
Shot the bike or
print.
the rats?
Probably both.
everything,
Yeah,
yeah.
they were in there. Spiders.
Black widow webs or
Yeah.
some crazy spider web in there.
But so anyways, what happened,
Anyways,
you know?
So we tore it all apart, came up with a plan of attack for how we wanted to restore this and give it its own image. So that's why you see the spicy colors with the red rims and the old school Yamaha kind of Italian flair from the 90s. But we wanted to use number 7 because K-Dub's bad.
Yeah, he was on one of
He
these
was number
97,
7, 96, 97.
At one point in the beginning when we were daydreaming a theme, right, we're like, remember the Marlboro on the
oh,
bikes,
yeah,
like
that's
early
right.
90s
Lucky
Yamaha, so
Strike.
some red, black, and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of a little bit of inspo there from that.
Tore into it and started cataloging all the information, launched our, our business and our website with this bike.
Correct, yeah, that's true.
We got a shop now in Garden City, Idaho.
So they have opportunities to win some of these bikes.
Somebody's gonna win this bike.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna get this
One of our
bike.
members is
Yeah,
gonna win this
it's
bike.
$10 a month, so it's real freaking cheap, right? It's a
Yeah.
forgettable amount of money, and then you're supporting us on YouTube by doing so that you guys can learn stuff.
Yeah.
Really
Where on
amazing
YouTube?
stuff. It's MX Skill Shack is our YouTube.
Yep.
And Tony is a factory level wrench. And so where I fall short on maybe some mechanical things, he's bringing me up as well as you guys. And so I've learned a lot from him. Meaning you guys are going to learn even more. I'm already quite mechanically inclined and have some years in.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
so you guys are going to be learning from Tony, learning from myself, and then like I said, we give these things away. So for 120 bucks a year, you can take a 97 YZ125 with a 6-speed, with a transmission and everything gone through from cryo heat, hardened, polished, W wheels, FPC blasting, or coated, fast blasting coat rather, coatings top to
All
bottom, you name it. There's a full
Shoot.
Henny in there inside the engine, clutch pack,
Custom
basket.
made billet clutch cover that we launched,
Yeah.
with our buddy John at 2SM. Like
Exactly.
that cone pipe's $1,000.
So I think I might have 120 bucks in the truck right now. I'll give you guys 120 for
You're
this
in.
bike.
Oh, wait
right
a
now.
minute. Yeah,
It's pretty
you're
clever,
in.
Travis.
Yeah, I like that.
See his thought process, people.
We
More
can go
people need
on
to
and
have
on all day of like what actually went into it. It's better to just sign up. You can enjoy the YouTube for free. You don't have to
Yeah.
sign up. You'll still learn. But if you want to support us and help us put food on the table for our families and live our dream life, which is what I always say, then potentially win a bike. Or like when these bikes are being built, say Works Connection throws us a bunch of stuff for the bike.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna send you guys a set of radiator guards too, if you remember. Like, so there's giveaways throughout the YouTube build
Yes.
series as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that come more to life and the more bikes you guys build, because every one of these out here today is unreal.
It's pretty cool.
It's a different thing, right? Like even being a factory mechanic, like I'm sure you've seen it, like in your own past and photography of what you're shooting. You get desensitized to it. All the titanium,
job,
all the
right?
R&D
Work.
that goes into
Absolutely.
it. Like you're just like, oh, here's another bike. It's bad, it's brand new, it's Anaheim 1, we gotta do it. But this is like our little flair. We're taking old bikes, we wanna get into 4-strokes, and we've got an 03 CR250, and we have an 04 RM250 that are next.
Yeah, I love that, and it keeps these bikes, let's be honest, they'd be on the backside of a barn or just, under some bushes, and you guys are bringing them back to life and then making them nicer than they probably were in their entire existence. So that's really cool, because this is, these are pieces of history, and once they're gone, they're
gone.
They're gone. That's it. It's
For
over.
sure, and you get to modernize them, right? Because now there's a little bit of tech, or maybe even like schemes and looks that weren't a thing back then. So like they're like full resto mod, They got all the cool stuff in them. And really, like part of this for me, and I think you would probably agree now, especially since you've seen like the YouTube side of it, like you guys can do whatever you want. Like don't ask for permission. Like if you want to do something like this, or if you want to underwater basket weave for a living and make an income, like you can. So like part of this at the root is to inspire people to do stuff. I was a career electrician forever, and I just wanted to do something
Dirt
else,
bikes.
and nobody will stop you except for yourself usually. So
Exactly.
get your ass in there.
What are you doing?
I'm doing my best Ron Lawson impersonation. Hold on. Let me
Yeah, there he is.
Okay, there we go. All right, got it. That looks pretty cool. I like that.
So like what Charles said earlier, this is the 06 Ricky Carmichael RM250 Replica build. Pretty nifty, pretty clean. Check this thing out. You could eat off of this engine. Henson clutch, pro circuit pipe, AHM did the suspension. Even got the classic Maxima fender stickers on there. So in this vlog, all we're doing is we're just getting the photos and the video out of the way, and then in a couple days, which it'll be vlog 25 for you guys, you'll actually see all the action of not this bike in particular, but some of the bikes we test. And we still have the 2025 CRF 450 Works Edition also we're gonna take out to Cal City, so it's gonna be a big day, and we're just kind of getting ahead of the game today with these. Oh, that was a banger, dude. That was just flat out banging.
Are we still talking about what I'm doing, or are you
ain't-
doing something that...
If you ain't banging, you ain't hanging.
We are definitely banging. We have multiple bangers here.
There's more bangers than you need, that's for sure.
It's more bangers than we know what to do with, that's for sure.
That's what I was looking for.
We don't know what to do with all this bang. Like you were saying earlier, we don't usually get this many bangers in one spot.
I almost wish that I had some LBZ throwback gear, you know, I could pull out of storage from somewhere from back in the day that I could just put on and freestyle.
97.
Like just hit the dunes with this thing and do like a big no footer.
97 would have been well, actually 98, 99 would have probably been better, but you're right. We needed some cow print, denim, LBZ stuff. It would have gone good. It would have gone big.
For those of you that don't know, Tilly actually worked at LBZ in like some of the big time years when that was like a big deal, and all the parties and all the videos. You might want to look on a few on YouTube. I won't say the titles, but if you want to see Tilly in the background, he's there.
I just drove the limo.
Oh, yeah.
All I did was drive the limo,
right.
and
that's what I tell people too. I just drive the limo.
I chaperoned those guys,
yeah, I'm
because
always just chaperoning too.
they needed a lot of help herding. It was like herding cats. It was a fun time, that's for sure.
97 cat wrangler.
That's one of those things to where when you look at it and you say, yeah, Dad was cool at some point in time. I was just around the cool people. So when my kids ask what you did, I go, I just helped make everything move along.
And what are we doing today? You got your camera out.
We got camera. We got Charles from MXrevival. Then we have Jeski, MX Customs, and Elite Moto Factory, and Charles from MXrevival. It's basically the Idaho bike building mafia now. I mean, we have 5 of them here, 4 or 5 of them here, and we're lucky enough to where we found Charles on Instagram 5 years ago.
Gonna say something else.
5 years ago,
I'm glad you found him on Instagram.
Yeah, we put out a little thing that
It was actually on
like asking people about bike builders, and he came up and I gave him a call, and he was gracious enough to come down and
been an absolute blessing in disguise for Dirtbike.
You know what, it actually has been. We were just looking for one bike build, and we found like 10 or 11 with him so far, and right now we have some customer builds. This bike build actually came to us, and I thought it was a joke when he said, hey, we should shoot this in the studio because we might build this later on. So this bike, I have studio shots of it somewhere on my hard drive of what it looked like. Then what it looks like now is absolutely amazing. So we have, I said, 4 of these. A few of them are his customer builds. I mean, an RM250 with an electric start on it. Like I said, once we show you the other side of this bike and what it looks like now is stunning. I mean, they did an amazing job on it. I can't wait to ride it because they're not smart enough to keep me off of it. So I get to ride it and get to have some fun on it here at Cal City, and I'm excited about it.
You're shooting photos, you got all these cute umbrellas and all this weird stuff going on. But these photos, where am I going to see those? Because unless you're just going to hold them for yourself and use them for...
Well, you'll probably see them on Charles's only. But this bike will be a full story because like I said, they're dumb enough to let me ride it. So it's going to be a full story in the magazine, basically a project bike build All the other bikes you will see in the magazine in our Project Bike Spotlight section because we can't ride them. They're customer bikes and really not nice for us to ride them. But this will be in an upcoming issue. This will probably be in the April 2025 issue of Dirtbike magazine. It'll be online. There'll be a Two-Stroke Tuesday about it. So if you're watching this, you can click the link. Travis will probably put something down below that you can go directly to the website for Two-Stroke Tuesday. Yeah, you'll be able to see this bike a lot. You can actually watch the whole build and what they've done and where it's come from at MX Skills Shack's, I believe, their YouTube channel, MX Skills Shack on YouTube. It's kind of collaboration between Charles at MXrevival and Jeski Customs. But it's definitely, you can go through and see everything they did and what the bike was all about. It's kind of nice. We get to come in at the end, take the studio shots and all that kind of stuff. But they've been doing work on this bike for, I believe, like the last year. And you can win this bike and kind of go from there. They do a lot of different stuff like that. It's a really cool service for people. Like, we can't do it. Like, we can't show what we're doing because I don't have the time to build these bikes to this extent either. I don't have the talent to do it either, but I don't have the time to be able to actually document it, and we're out doing other stuff. But it's nice, you know, that they're able to do this and be able to bring in other companies and kind of go from there. I mean, just Charles has a few of our bikes building. We have a CR500 that feels like it's been taking forever to build. And
5 years.
Yeah, and he's wanting it to go away as well. So Brandon and HM just got us a suspension done for that. I think the third or fourth set of suspension we've done. So, you know, big things still coming from them, and I can't wait to see what they come up with in the future.
So here it is, the 06 RC4 RM250, and here's the crazy guy who built it. Charles, what are we looking at? How many hours went into this thing? And what are some of the rad parts on this bike?
Well, this is a 06 RM250 from one of my amazing customers. I can't believe I get to do this for a living. Thank you, Dan. But this thing was brought to me from Washington over to Idaho. Went through the whole thing, Pacific racing engine in it, a bunch of other amazing parts and pieces, which you guys will see more of soon, more of a deep dive. Don't want to be too long-winded here, but it's basically built from the ground up, probably an 80-hour project and over 20 grand, I'm sure, by the time they're all done. And that's kind of it in a nutshell. I'm back.
All right, 2006 RM250 with electric start. Charles, what in the heck is this thing?
This thing was MXrevival's most recent build and giveaway bike. So just finished it. Tickets and slots actually just ran out. I was hoping to get to you guys before that happened, but it is another frame up creation that we built that somebody can win. Of course, with a lot of help from all of my amazing build team members. I may assemble them and come up with the visions, but it takes like a literal army of badass dudes to actually pull these off. So yeah, it's loaded. It's got e-start, and someone's gonna win it. I'm excited.
Cases are all shined up. Hard anno on the outside there, on the outers, on these cases here.
Yeah, that's a Cerakote. Used concrete on that. My buddy Dean at Fast Blast and Coat handles all our powder coating and Cerakoting. He did an amazing job on that. What else we got? Cone pipes, we got cryo heat treated transmission in it, we got Lectron, we got Fathead, we got a brand new piston bore match cylinder from Power Seal.
Decal Works rib for your pleasure seat cover. What else we got?
Yeah, they did the graphics. MX Plastics did the plastics. My buddy Steve at Huga Performance Exhaust in Canada made you guys a cone pipe from scratch. Of course, the PC Stinger, we got custom little MX Revival decals on that. Decal Works goes out of their way to make things extra special. You know, Panthera was kind enough to send us one of their e-start systems for you guys. And you guys can watch this entire thing be built if you want to go to the MXrevival YouTube channel and see it from scratch. We did everything from throwing a Recluse in there, the Moto version, the torque drive, to installing the e-start system start to finish. We did some radiator mods, straightening out the fins on these old bikes. It's always a problem, like every time. Check that out if you're interested, and be happy to show it to you guys over there.
Dang, 2002 Yamaha YZ250 two-stroke with some purple bling. Charles, once again, you've built a beautiful motorcycle. What do we got?
Keeping it vintage with this one, man. We got the old school purple, and kind of just a throwback based off a theme when this bike came to me in 4 or 5 different bins as a total basket case. I think it had a pink seat, so I was like, I know what the customer wants for this bike. He'll see it for the first time in a couple days. But on that note, it's a 02 YZ250, like you said, full on frame up customer build. Said this a million times too. I can't believe I get to do this for people. I'm so grateful for these opportunities. Pretty awesome.
And you got this really cool Artec fuel tank and purple forks. Just talk about a couple of the little goodies we got.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and hit the things that slap you in the face when you look at it. Obviously all the purple, you got the Decal Works graphics kit, it's retro. You mentioned it, the Artec tank. It's part of the Revolution kit, which actually changes the airbox sides as well, so you can actually run a different rear number plate. And to your point about the tank, now you don't have a stupid blue tank with a stock style or shape shroud bolted to it, where that's a different color. So these actually bolt on under the seat. So once you have the full kit, you can easily swap from 8 different colorways and just, you already have the tank. So that's really nice. Obviously the purple XLs, W went ahead and laced those up to a set of hubs and spokes that my customer already had. And it actually ended up being pretty cool because you never see white hubs. White hubs that really pop with the purple rim. And then Brandon at AHM, I gave him one little clue. I said, man, if you could do the purple on the fork tubes to match the XL rims, that'd be great. And he absolutely nailed it. So I can't believe how well he did an anode color match on that. Everything's very cohesive on this bad boy.
I won't tell anyone what this reminds me of, what character this reminds me of, but I will say this. I love you, you love me, happy family.
Are you saying that I'm Barney?
You're not Barney, but I'm saying that reminds me of Barney. I just wanted to sing to you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
No, you're not Barney at all.
Because it's been a while since someone sung Barney to me.
Second thing I had to tell you, just super random fact that I just had to tell you. Did you know that, and I'm sure you've watched that because it is the holidays, Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase. So that house, that's the same house that Lethal Weapon 1 with Danny Glover, Detective Murtaugh, that was his house.
Oh, wow.
So a little fun fact
That's
for you.
a fun fact.
Yeah. That was all in the Universal lot.
Lethal weapon.
To the point of one of the toilets that was used in one of the movies ended up in the bushes, and they didn't even move it for Christmas Vacation. They left it in the bushes.
It's still there. Is it? You actually see it in the movie?
I don't know that. I need to look at that. But I was telling Tilly earlier, I don't think, you know, we get a lot of cool dirt bikes through the Dirt Bike magazine, but I don't know. It's very rare when we have this many cool bikes all in one afternoon.
I think this is my era right here too. I mean, just look at that purple.
I'm digging on that thing a lot.
Yeah.
Like I like the Ricky Retro. That's
cool.
But
all that.
this thing is.
I
don't know why that.
I've done a lot of Yamaha intros lately where I get to hang around with Damon. He would get off on this.
Oh, this is a Damon.
Yeah. He would love this thing.
He's taking my lines already.
This is a lot of plastic.
Yeah, well, we are in California. I heard that's what people do around here. We load it up with plastic.
We banned plastic.
Yeah. Well, we're from Idaho. We brought straws. You guys want straws? We even had free 10-cent bags.
Dude, this is...
Oh, sorry.
You're just wrapping that hog, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you going to
Come
go
here.
all the way around it?
Come here. You're next. Get in the trailer, bitch.
This is like what they would do. This is like old dollies, like Jaws.
So this is what they did?
Yeah, and they were like, dun-dun-dun-dun.
I want to know where this is going.
Fun little fact. Did you know, well, first off, I know you watched that movie because you got kids. Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know him.
Yeah.
And so that house, Christmas Vacation,
Yeah.
that's the same exact house they used for Lethal Weapon 1 Detective Murtaugh, aka Danny Glover. That was his house. That's
Really?
The same,
Like-
yeah, same exact house.
See, I don't know if he's
No,
being...
I'm being for real.
Okay.
That's a fun fact. The toilet they used in Christmas Vacation, they were throwing stuff out and they left it and it was behind the bushes, and it's actually in Christmas Vacation. The toilet's in the bushes of Christmas Vacation.
No way.
Yeah, and that's
This is like that Instagram. No way.
and that's Detective Murtaugh's toilet.
I think you're expecting some kind of reaction.
No,
But I'm just gonna say no way.
I hope your hat's adjustable because I'm growing your brain by the second.
Well, my Pro Circuit hat right here from Mammoth Mountain Motocross is definitely adjustable. We are shooting a 300 that is basically a retired off-road racer's motorcycle, but it's Mitch Anderson's 300, and it was the bike that he rode when I believe he was racing, but he was never able to make it this nice. And so now that he is pretty much semi-retired or whatever in the vet class now. He decided to build a motorcycle. And then when I saw it at the Havasu race, I was like, don't ride it. Don't ride it. I want to shoot it. We want to do stuff with it. And you will actually see him riding this bike in the video later on. Did the frame, I mean, had stuff powder coated and had stuff coated in general and all kinds of stuff. So Ron was nice enough to shoot all of the other motorcycles because I had to go pick up kids. So now I'm shooting this one, and we're gonna ride it. Well, we're gonna do a story on it. I'm gonna make Mitch write the story on his own motorcycle. So he's already sent me some stuff, but I'm gonna make him write the story because this looks like too nice of a motorcycle.
It's a lean, mean orange machine.
It is, and it's part of the. It goes back to the same mothership that you. So it comes out of the same spot. And like I said, he did a really good job on it. We're shooting it on Bolt Motorcycle Hardware is. One of Mitch's longtime sponsors from up in Northern California, from where Mitch is from. And then they made these one-off custom machine built aluminum stands. We actually, if you remember, we shot a couple bikes on them a while ago. It might have been one of Charles's bikes, but they made these custom things. And I mean, these things are sick. Like the closer you get, like they're all bolt together, but it's all, I mean, like it has their logo on it here, but it's all machined into it. Like it's really cool. And then naturally Mitch used all the Bolt hardware, brand new hardware on here and all kinds of stuff. So anybody looking for new hardware for their motorcycles, like check out Bolt Motorcycle Hardware. They have little kits and all kinds of stuff. So they've helped the motorcycle industry and the bike building industry kind of come full circle, because I remember the little Bolt kits that you had from taking off other motorcycles and taking apart bikes. That was gold. And now they've basically turned all that gold that I had into just charcoal now. So, but it's kind of nice because you can buy a complete kit for your bike and know that it comes with everything that's the right size, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a cool thing. They have track kits that you can take to the track, because how often do you lose stuff at the track and lose a bolt for the pipe or something like that, and you need a special bolt or whatever. So it's kind of cool. Like there's a couple companies that are doing that. I think Spec Bolt, guys at Spec Bolt are making like a Nickel Works kit that kind of dresses it up. But you know, it's cool. Bolt manufacturing, making bike builds a little bit easier when it comes down to it, and making it finishing touches on a bike build. So, but like I said, it's going to be cool. You're going to see Mitch riding this motorcycle in the video, and probably in a vlog, and you'll see this as well on a two-stroke Tuesday, just like all the other bikes. So if you guys haven't checked it out, like check it out. Go to dirtbikemagazine.com. Follow us on Instagram. You can follow Travis on Instagram because he's the one here with us doing it. Most of the videos, all of our videos is what Travis is doing. He has some kind of say-so in every single video, whether it's editing out the dumb stuff that I say, or
adding dumb stuff.
Yeah, adding dumb stuff, or you know, if it's a GoPro thing or whatever, he's the one that edits all of this stuff. So Dirtbiker on Instagram as well. So you know, we're a small. What do we say? We're small but mighty.
Small but it's fierce.
Hey, and that works for me too. So that would go with the staff of Dirtbike Magazine in general. That there's not a lot of us here, and you know, so we don't have the big budgets and the big staffs, but you know, we get stuff done, and we kind of look at it and go, hey, if we like it, we think it's cool. Hopefully you guys think it's cool. And but again, like we always say, like we're not the only media outlet out here. Like we have our sister publication, Motocross Action. Mo's been over there doing a great job. There's Don and his crew over at Swap Moto, Kiefer Testing Inc., and Kiefer works for Racer X as well. Like, so there's Vital MX and Michael Lindsay and his crew over there, the Whiskey Throttle guys, Pingree and his crew. Like, there's a lot of other people out there to check out, and they're all doing cool stuff. We like to say we're the coolest and we're doing cool stuff, but everybody's doing cool stuff. And you know, we actually look at some of these other publications for a little bit of an inspiration when we're kind of down a little bit, and we're that's the kind of the grind that we go through. Like, we look at something they do, like Kiefer recently did that new Honda versus old Honda test, and I think it's a great idea. Like, I mean, that he got everybody together to do it. Like, that's awesome. And so like check all of them out. Like don't just check us out, check them all out. They're doing really cool stuff, and there's a bunch of content out there, and it's always a great thing because other people will up their game, and then it makes us up our game, and you know, kind of go from there, and then you all kind of high five each other at the end of it. So it's a great thing. Like it's a fun time to be in the industry because we've known each other for a long time, and we all pretty much get along. So
all right guys, that's it for vlog 24. Saw some really cool bikes from Charles today, some bikes that we just shot for beauty only, one bike in particular, a YC125 that we are going to put Mark Tilley on and let him rip around. This KTM 300 behind me getting shot will also be out at the track. We are shooting the 2025 Honda CRF 450R Works Edition, and yeah, so we have Cal City Private, and that'll be in vlog 25. If you want to stick with us and hang out for that, you'll get to see some 2-strokes, some new 4-strokes.
might get a little weird in the desert too.
It might get a little weird in the desert, and yeah, so stay tuned to that. Make sure you head over to dirtbikemagazine.com where stories like the one going on right behind me end up all the time, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel to stay up to date with us, and you get a little dinger when we upload a new video, so you're first to the gate and you get to see what we're up to. Until then, we'll see you down the trail.